Hail and welcome. Good afternoon to everybody. This is the ᚗᚪᚋ post that will be up tomorrow. I am ᚗᚪᚋᚶᚪᚋ᚞. I am the ᛗᚩᚾᚪᚋ᚞ᚪᚷ here at ᛗᚩᚾᚪᚋ᚞ᚪᚷ of Woden's Hearth, the Ancestral Hall. Total transparency, guys, I'm on the earliest tomorrow, so I don't have the same time frame for filming, so this is actually ᚗᚪᚋᚪᚋᚷ, Sunday afternoon. Okay, that I'm actually now filming this around tea time, and then I'm going to do my closing blot and lock up the hearth for the night. Okay, first things first. I'm not working tomorrow. I don't drink very often anymore because with my medication I do have to be a bit careful. But just one little bit of mead. Since I've been doing these videos, I've not had a chance to share with you. So this is a modest horn that I got hold of in York last year. So drink ale. Ooh, lovely. Heather mead. Really, really nice. Okay, so I'm glad to finally be able to raise a horn with you all. This is not going to be like the normal post. I'm going to kind of go down a different track for this one, just to change it up for a while. I'm going to have a bit of a chat about starting the path, really for new people. What's all this around me? Yeah? At the end of this video, I'm going to tag on a video of that I took earlier of the hearth here, because it is the hearth of ᛗᚩᚾᚪᚋᚪᚔ, but that's my whole property, and this is my personal space where I do my rites specifically to Woden now. Okay, and you'll see on the pictures, we went to Morai, remember we die, and that is the two people from our kindred up there who have already passed away. So they're permanently enshrined in the hearth, and I'm going to have like these metal plaques I've got here behind me. I'm going to have some of them made with photographs on rather than pictures. I'm going really away from photograph frames and stuff. Okay, when I first started, the only thing I had were a Thor's hammer back then round my neck, and I got it off a guy who did metal detecting. He'd found one, and before he handed it in, he cast it so he could reproduce them, and I had that one for years. And then I lost it, and I've always figured if you lose something, you weren't meant to have it anymore. It's gone, yeah. And sometimes it's a signal of change, yeah, as well for me. It's nice, you know. I've got some lavender candles burning. Now you'll see everything that's on here, but it's on my personal Weofod. I do not have ᚗᚪᚋᚪᚔᚪᚔ hammer or a Thor's hammer. I do not have Mjolnir anymore for personal dedications. I actually use spear point specifically because I'm dedicating myself to Woden. Okay, and I don't need ᚗᚪᚋᚪᚔ hammer in a rite to Woden. I've also got candles. I've got one made for me by ᚗᚪᚋᚪᚋᚪᚔ, Lonnie Shepherd there. I've got one gifted to me by Sean, one of my kinsmen. Also, this depiction of Odin, this particular depiction, I've got a few things in here that Sean's actually passed my way. There's a few things that are kind of basic. I have got a bowl, an offering bowl, but at the moment I'm not putting it on the Weofod. Weofod meaning stally or altar. Okay. But if I was doing a full rite and I needed it, I'd add that into it. So I've got another little table that I've painted with runic design behind me, so I've got plenty of Weofod space here. So I've got a couple of rune stones on there, and I've got so many idols of Woden, but this is the one that was made for our kindred by Engest, our ᚗᚪᚋᚾᚪᚔᚪᚔ down in the south there. So this is the one that adorns my Weofod up here. All the others I keep indoors. This skull was gifted to me by Roger, one of my kinsmen, and the ᛗᚩᚾᚪᚋᚏ, the big one behind me, was also made by Roger. So this is very personal, this space to me, and that's what your own space should be. Now I remember as posting a video, and I actually think it was, well, it was the Wild Stallion, as it was called, down in Kent there, had posted a video, and two things came out of that. Number one of the biggest names in English, British Odinism, went, ooh, Odinists are not idolaters, because he'd seen the idols that we use. Well, maybe that's why we're not Odinists then, because Odinism has been invented, and that's one person's version of Odinism, that you don't have idols. Well, that is absolutely totally against what we know, because it's attested in so many ways that our ancestors were idolaters. They would have idols, representations of the gods, right? So that person, who I shall not name, was wrong, absolutely, unless you're following his version of Odinism that he's kind of created. Good luck with that, but it's wrong, it's not ancestral, right? Because they're not idolaters. Another thing that we do is spit mead into an offering bowl that's already got some of the earth in, to make an offering to the Earth Mother at the end of blots. And the same person went, and that's disgusting. Really? No one thinks it's disgusting when people go and do it with wine just to taste it. We're actually doing it to honour the earth rather than spilling blood, right? So again, wrong. He's wrong. I'm sorry. Anybody who thinks that's disgusting, it's your choice. You believe what you want. But it's personal, and this is a way we've developed our blots as we've gone along. And if you don't like doing it, that's great, but certainly don't slag us off, because you soon find we fall out with you with that, as we ended up doing. Can't be bothered with people that just think they're right, everyone else is wrong, because that's not the way, really, with our traditions. And that's what I mean about personalise everything, especially to start with. Because when you first come to this path, you're not going to just run out looking for other people straight away. Okay, so I've got pictures of Woden, and this is actually our kindred horn. Okay, and I've done the artwork on it, the runes. This does hold a full litre, and I am the only one ever to officially do a downing one out of this horn, and I'll be eternally proud of that. And I used Old Speckled Hen Ale because we were allowed to choose what we actually drank for the downing one. And when everyone was doing the fruit ciders and this and that, I stuck to some good old speckled hen, and it went down like a treat. That was actually gifted to me a long time ago by John Thorisson, who now lives in Bulgaria, who's from Iceland, who has been and stayed over at the Alth with us a couple of times, and had feasts with us and blots. And my other horn, which is actually in the basket with me, Seax and everything, also came from Iceland, and John also gave me that one. It's not as long, but it's wider. I've got a leather bottom to it now that I put on myself, but it still holds a litre. So again, very personal items. This one, like I say, I just bought it in York, as I'm not always going to want a litre horn, yeah? Or there might be someone at a block who hasn't got a horn, I've got a spare, you know, and stuff like that. So create yourself a sacred space. I think that's the bottom line of this. Once you decide that this is your path, you need to dedicate yourself to at least one morning or evening devotional practice per day, every day. If you can't do that, then you're wasting your time. And it doesn't have to be a long thing. If you're using the hammer, it could be a hammer right, and you could make the words up yourself, or you could ask advice from other people that already do this kind of thing. It could be like indoors. I've got in my bedroom, I've got a bookcase, and one shelf is dedicated just to having some Weos on there of Woden, Ing and ᚗᚪᚋᚪ, and then in my living room I've got a big tall standing bookcase, and on like 3 or 4 different shelves I've got different Weos. So one's just for Woden, one's got Woden and Frigg, one's got ᚗᚪᚋ and Ing on it, yeah. And so they're little personal spaces indoors, but this is my main practice area. Yes, we actually bought this shed for the purpose of me having my own space. Because that's another thing. My partner, Lisa, she does not follow any tradition at all. She's not even an atheist, because I don't think she knows the difference between it. She's just not interested at all in spirituality, religion on that level. And people say, oh, it's not a problem, it's really great, because she leaves me alone to get on with my practice, and she doesn't. Yeah, she's happy with that. She knows what I am, she knows who I am, and I've been like this for the 17 years we've been together, so she knows I'm not going to change. Yeah, and so that's a good thing. You don't have to have a partner that's into the same thing as you. If you have and that works, that's really good as well. Okay, so find yourself a space. An hammer, the spear's only for Woden, so an hammer, a small horn, a small offering bowl, okay, and a small seax. Right, I would say they're your basic items, and my troth ring's not on there, it's in the basket under there, but some kind of arm ring or for swearing an oath on, yeah, and they're your very basics. That might be all you ever want. You don't have to have more than that. You could put an header on your Weofod, you could put a book that you've written on it, yeah. So there are other things you can add, but everything beyond the basics is an embellishment. So to me, a weo, so an effigy of the god or goddess that you, or multiples, that you are going to be honouring that day, a hammer, a horn, or a horn cup, or a whiskey glass if that's really what you want to do, right? So troth ring, bowl, horn, idol, that's about it, isn't it? You want some mead, or a drink of your choice. You may not like mead, right? But there you be. Oh yeah, troth ring, want it? So horn, troth ring, mead, offering bowl, ᚗᚪᚋ hammer. Yeah, if you've got them, you've got everything you need. Like I say, everything is a decoration. Do you need a big still? No, do you heck? Do you need a memorial wall? No, do you heck? Do you need any of this extra stuff? No, you don't. That's my personal choice. Like I say, I'm going to tag a video of this space, because I've only finished creating it today as well. So I'll be putting the video up there, and probably drop some pictures on end as well. Just so you can see what I am doing now. I've revamped everything, and I hope you like it. I hope if you've not yet started devotionals or got yourself a space, it inspires you to go there and to do that. Remember, a space can be something you erect and take down every time you block, like when we travel out to the woods, or if I go to a hotel, I always take a mini Weofod with me, yeah, and stuff like that. Right, so that's going to be Morning's Dag's post for you. So have a good evening, have a good sleep, and have a safe Morning's Dag. I'm Worm and Grimraven, and I'll see you next week.